After 11 years, I don't like my dog and I don't know what to do about it. Please let me know if this belongs somewhere else, I wasn't sure where to post. I'm struggling with my relationship with my dog and really need advice. First, let me start by saying I love my dog and I don't plan on giving him away. He's family. But I'm starting to resent him and I need advice. So I got my dog from the pound when he was 1.5 years old. Was 24. I love him. But he is extremely high maintenance. He is a husky. When he was younger I would have to run with him 6 to 12 miles daily, rain or shine, no exceptions. I embraced it as a way to stay fit, but covering that much ground takes a lot of time every day. I didn't have energy for much else. I also used to love to travel, but now I never do because of the cost and pain of missing my dog. I used to enjoy living very simply and have low bills. Now that my dog is older, I pay double the rent to live in a house with a yard so he can go when he needs and I can sleep through the night. The last 10 years has been extremely difficult finding housing that will even allow my dog. Now that he has a yard, we are never together. He doesn't want to be in the heated house and I don't want to be outside, so now we don't have companionship. We both seem to be getting depressed. He never smiles anymore. We used to go on a lot of day trips but he is uncomfortable in the car due to his old hips. His whole dog life I just felt that our lifestyle isn't compatible and I'm constantly compromising my needs to put him first. The amount of time and money I have spent. And he just seems miserable. I do not want to give up or say goodbye or pawn him off to somebody else, but my whole life I just felt like he isn't happy with me. He's not affectionate. He has never not once cuddled or kissed me. He doesn't get excited when I come home. All he cares about is if I can give him treats or walks. Other than that he wants nothing to do with me. If he wants something, he follows me so close I have to watch every step so I don't trip, or if I'm sitting he's panting in my face. He's not really doing anything wrong but I find it incredibly annoying. I don't want to tell him to go lay down because his hips hurt. Sometimes when I'm bawling crying he will be so kind as to grace me with his presence and stand next to me and breathe in my face. That is the extent of his affection for me. Again, I don't want to give up and I do love my dog. I often think he would have been happier with a different owner, but I have done my absolute best and revolved my life around him for all this time and I'm not willing to give up now. Any advice how to fix this? Any other dog owners experience anything similar? I'm kind of scared for people's reaction. I never confessed this before, so please be kind. I want to make his last years the best ever for the both of us. Anybody with advice on how to make an old dog happy would mean the world to me. Thank you for reading. I feel like you are expecting from a dog what you would get out of a human relationship, and the unrealistic expectations are what is letting you down. Give him the best life you can for the next 1 to 2 more years he is around. After he's gone, don't get another dog. You have to shoulder the blame for this one. You made the choice to adopt. And you chose a very high-maintenance breed with a lot of needs and difficult personality. I'm not sure why this is a surprise to you. He didn't have a choice, you did. You chose to take on all that responsibility and to make those sacrifices. Don't resent the dog for choices you made. If he's depressed, take him to the vet. They can give you advice on how to make his last years as happy as possible. A happier dog is going to make for a happier you. Just suck it up a little longer. This is a joke, right? It's a dog. It doesn't have a concept of money. Why would it be appreciative for all the money and sacrifices you made? Why would you even be looking for that? All he cares about is if I can give him treats or walks. Yeah, it's a dog. Are you surprised you have a different love language than your dog? Huskies take a lot of time and work, so much more than other dogs. I follow several channels on YT. They do seem to respond well to training and treats, but as a working dog I think the early experiences mold their behavior a lot. I have seen that they like ice baths in kiddie pools when it is hot. I think medication for pain is advised. Perhaps watch the Sherpa or Keish channels for some tips. They do seem to like having a friend a lot as they are very social animal. I know their lifespan is between 12 and 15, so that is a factor as you will need to allow for old age now. Clearly you are already trying to manage it. Well, when you get a dog, you should have known how much goes into it and done that research. They are expensive, you can't just up and travel whenever you want unless you have money for a sitter or to board them, and dogs' personalities change as they grow older. He doesn't have the energy to be how he was before. That's all expected and normal. Accept that he is aging and give him all the love you can until he passes away. Troll post or elaborate way of describing a relationship to a non-dog partner. Either way, excellent job, solid entertainment. Do you have any interaction with humans? You are describing normal husky behavior. They are work dogs, not family dogs, and I mean this in the most extreme way possible. I disagree with the entire premise of selling them as pets. 99% of people have no idea what they're actually getting into even if you try to tell them. Did you research huskies before getting one? Your dog sounds like a normal husky. You talk a lot about meeting his physical needs, but dogs have emotional needs too. Maybe he has no connection to you, because you don't let him in. You walked him, fed him, ran with him, took him to the vet, got him a yard, etc. But a connection is something that you need to allow. Dogs pick up on more than we think. He may feel your reluctance to bond, and pick up on small body language from you. Maybe he's depressed because he misses someone to connect with, a pack to be part of, aside from his material needs being met. You ask a lot of your dog when it comes to support and emotional help, but don't seem to make that a two-way street. The dog is not your ex, he's just a victim of your relationship with him. I think it's good that you're committed to caring for him despite the problems you're having. My advice though, especially since you don't describe him as being very emotionally dependent on you, is to try to rehome him. You don't have to go into your reasons. Whether you advertise on social media or go old school with flyers in coffee shops or your vet's office, that's actually how we got our last dog. Just say you're having difficulty caring for him and would like to see him in another permanent loving home. If you don't find someone before he passes, you were planning to keep taking care of him anyway, but if you do, you can get on with your life knowing you did the best thing for him. If you can't commit to a dog for longer than its younger years, don't get one. It takes a lot of planning. Can't guarantee a proper living arrangement? Scared of missing out? Don't get a dog yet. This whole thing is bizarre. Did you not research the breed before getting a husky? Lots of what you describe as typical husky traits. Having to exercise him a lot? Obviously. Huskies can be aloof animals and they can't provide you with human-like affection and understanding. And your dog is getting old and slowing down. All normal things, especially for large breed dogs. Stop heating the house. Husky sounds uncomfortable. Don't feel too bad about all the negative comments. My second dog I had was like this. Only had affection when they wanted something. I had no cuddles, snuggles. I slipped and fell during a walk and she took one look at me and ran off, spent the next hour looking for her. My first dog was just the opposite, so I know the difference, both similar breeds. Your pup is geriatric now, so hang tight. You may want to have pup checked for sundowning, which can cause a dog to become more distant. His whole dog life I just felt that our lifestyle isn't compatible and I'm constantly compromising my needs to put him first. Yo, is this a person or a dog? Huskies are an independent breed and more wolf-like in their tendencies. They're also pack animals and enjoy the company of other huskies compared to other dog breeds. Your dog sounds normal, let him live out the remainder of his days in peace. A new owner would only increase stress. Dogs cannot love, they can only have affection and appreciation towards their owners. I think you're expecting too much of your animal. Keep the house cooler and bundle up. The dog may actually snuggle with you if the house is cooler. All dogs have different personalities. I always tell people not to get a pet if they can't adapt to whatever their personality is. Sure, most dogs behave the way that you seem to want, greeting you at the door, showing affection, etc., but there's always a chance that they will not behave this way. My only advice is to maybe spend more time with your dog. It seems like you mainly spent time with him to take him for walks, but you have to actually put in some effort. After 11 years, it's probably just his personality, but there's still a chance that he may warm up to you if you try and bond better. Kudos for taking responsibility for a dog you didn't want in the first place. It's great that you tried your best, and still seek out new information as his needs change. I'd say there is no shame in rehoming him. It can be an act of love as well if you find someone where he might be better off. Perhaps someone with another husky or with a passion for the breed and the work they require. I had bulldogs who I had to eventually rehome due to allergies in the family, but also the dogs not getting along. I love them immensely and even though it hurt, they are both better off in their new families. Owning a pet is selfish. You rescue a dog from a shelter or buy one from a breeder, you take on the responsibility of their life. It's never about you, it's about them. You don't have to like your dog or your child, but you love them and take care of them. People should understand that when you adopt a dog, it has its own personality. Likes and dislikes, they don't exist to take care of you or love you. Wrong sub. You should look into something for dog training. I used to have a dog park buddy with a husky mix. He was also feeling that his dog didn't really care for him. Apparently there are lots of videos on YouTube of people asking, why doesn't my husky love me? They are an aloof breed. Try glucosamine for his joints. You can buy it liquid and add it to his food. After he passes, make the most of your freedom from dog ownership. Travel and do the things you can't now. When you're ready to get another dog, I highly recommend a Chihuahua mix. They are amazing cuddlers, born to be lap dogs, and love their person. They are only terrors if you let them behave that way. Also cheaper to upkeep and easier to travel with or find a pet sitter. Can I just say, if you wanted a dog that would give you affection, then you should have gotten a boxer instead of a husky. I have a boxer and he is the most affectionate and protective dog I've ever had. He never leaves my side or lets me out of his sight, and he can read all of my moods and act accordingly. He helped me through really bad depression. He's basically an emotional support dog without the training. Maybe you could look into getting your dog trained to be an emotional support dog. I don't know if huskies make very good support dogs or not, but they said the same thing about boxers, and my dog is a natural. That's just my 2 cents. Have you talked to your vet about pain management options? I would start by getting his hip pain under control and see if that changes anything. Have you had blood work done recently? When my dog got older, she started needing thyroid medication. We found out based on blood work, and once she got on the right dosage, she was a lot more energetic and more like her younger self. Get a really thorough exam, anything and everything your vet recommends, then reevaluate things. There could be a problem that you can't see. For that reason, I have gotten a female dog. I heard that they like to cuddle more than males. My dog is 13 and is also a pain in the ass sometimes, gets up at night, barking all the time. But she's an old lady and I don't think there's much you can do about an adult dog. Just love them a little longer, and when you see they are in pain, take them to the vet. Huskies are a lot. I guess you won't be getting another dog for a while, but you need to research the breeds to find one that is going to suit your lifestyle. Cuddle the dog. I got an English Cocker Spaniel. I got him because I wanted a suck. A dog who wanted me around and wanted cuddles. Before you get a dog, research breeds and learn their personality. Even if you adopt from the pound and get a mutt, recognize the breed enough so you don't accidentally bring home a husky when you want a lap dog. Buy warm clothes for you. Like alpine skiing clothes, and spend 30 minutes outside with dog daily. Train some tricks. Let dog sit while you hide his food and let him go treasure hunting for his food. Give him new toys, and take them away again, before they lose their appeal. Go short walks. If you do something funny and new with dog, you will re-find your mutual love. You can get ideas for your daily 30 minutes in Train Your Dog Silly Tricks books. This is very much a tough titties situation. The dog doesn't match your lifestyle anymore. Yeah, that's not what you sign up for when adopting. There's not a clause that says, adoption valid, until the dog totally cramps your style, bruh. I think you need to work on your attachment with the dog. Find things that the dog is still able to do at his age that you enjoy doing with it. Have you heard of working with prey dummies? You basically simulate going on a hunt with your dog. The dog gets a lot of basic needs satisfied and is tired in the end of the day. Of course, part of being a dog owner is how the dog makes you happy, but you sound like you used to put a lot of effort in making your dog happy as well, so go find something that you can restart your relationship with the dog and give it another nice couple of years. That's pretty normal husky behavior. They aren't generally a social breed of dog. Super independent. I've owned several and they were all perfectly fine with doing their own thing all day. Could barely get them to come hang out with me. I've heard that CBD oils are good for pain management and anxiety, maybe give that a try. Good news. If you adopted your dog 11 years ago, you don't have that much longer with him. Typical husky lifespan is from 12 to 15 years. Do some research about huskies and caring for older dogs and try to adjust your expectations for this human-dog relationship. With some more knowledge about the breed and of what your dog needs from you, maybe you both can enjoy his final years. It sounds like this dog has a couple more years at best. See it through. As best you can. No one is going to take a 12.5-year-old arthritic husky and give it a better home. You have no idea how he feels or what his bond is, but I bet he loves you in his way very much. We are all treat dispensers and walking machines to our dogs. Just like as a kid we expected our parents to make us snacks or take us to the park. Try not to resent him. He's pretty old for a dog and he's probably in pain and doing his best. I've had different several breeds and I would definitely be honest that not all my dogs were awesome and a great bond. It sounds like you are having a tough time of it and I'm sorry. I hope you can see this through his lifespan. Best. Just like us, dogs have different personalities. Not all dogs will act goofy and loving, but they still love you. They just show it differently. You are blaming a dog for problems you created. Go hang out with your dog outside, FFS. And WTF. You're expecting the dog to pet you? Ha. It sounds like you are not at all affectionate with your dog and never have been. You just treat him like a burden. Why did you get a pet? Edit. After reading some more comments, I'm still confused because you clearly have a ton of resentment built up at the dog, which is problematic, but you seem to understand all of the issues with that. And yet, here you are. Do the things that the dog likes together. If you can't look after a dog, don't get one. If you don't like your dog, then give it away. Simple. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. Your dog sounds no different than any other dog, and the things you're listing that you're resenting him for are things that should be expected when getting a dog. It sounds like you got one because you wanted to and now regret your decision, not him. I don't really have much sympathy. I don't mean to be harsh, but these are all the common to knows when getting a dog. It's been 11 years, I don't know what more you expected. He's your dog, not your boyfriend. He's not going to take care of himself. Honestly, it's going to get more difficult as the dog gets older, and I'm worried about the dog and how well cared for he's going to be. Do some more research next time you see a cute puppy you want. You shouldn't have got a dog. You're allowed to use your brain when buying animals. Are you a fucking asshole or what?